welcome to Rubbing Shoulders, the podcast about everything and anything. Now, as per usual, my name is Zanele Jofile. I am never alone.
Boom, boom, boom.
What's up?
What it do?
How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Good.
I go by the name on Tebogo Leshomo. Okay, Mr. All Black, all day, every day.
Spot.
Mr. Shaded Up. What up?
Shaded up, really?
Oh,
Okay. Enough about him. If you guys are here for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share. And to all our returning subscribers, thank you. We appreciate you guys so much. Leave a comment of any topics that you guys would like us to discuss. Kodwa namhlanje, we have a very special guest,
Yes,
okay?
right.
Now we have Cerise Mtshatsheni.
hey, did you hear that
Even
singing?
me, I'm like,
Did you hear that singing?
getting ready. Now she's a journalist, the vice president of Merifong Agents of Change, a wife, a mother, and to top it all off, guys. Now this is the big one for us. This is her very first interview. She's busy always interviewing people, writing up stuff about everyone, but today she decided that, you know what, RBS is the place to be
Come
to
on
be
now.
interviewed for the first time.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
How are you feeling?
Great.
Are you great?
Yes.
You saw the debauchery, right?
With my
Before.
Oh,
With your crowd.
Yes. These people do get kind of loose, crazy. So at least you got to meet them first before we get into it, you know?
Yes.
It's
So
a safe
lovely
space,
to have
don't
you.
worry.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes,
So
yes.
let's just jump right into it, okay? So I would like to know journalism. Where did you start? How did you go about that?
So I started working for the Herald in 2008. I was initially employed just to take school photos.
Wow.
But within my first week, I had my first front page story.
Oh, wow.
And then it just grew from there. Did a few short courses. I did not study journalism.
Really?
No, I didn't. I really think it's something you are wired to do.
Yeah.
You can or you can't.
Yeah.
And yeah, grew from there, worked for the Herald for 7 years. And then broke away. I had some reservations, quit it for a while, and then came back and started the Merifong Observer.
They didn't want to give you a raise, huh?
Well, amongst other things, yeah. No, it wasn't really that. Came back and started the Observer, and it's still going.
Lovely.
So with journalism and your political career, how do those like come together as one?
With great difficulty.
I can imagine.
So I've had to slow down a lot because obviously there's a fine line between using your media platform for pushing your political agenda now, which I honestly have never done. But there are certain stories I try to steer clear of. I do have other people I work with though who can cover municipal issues and political things, but I cannot because I have the political party.
Oh, okay.
So we've had those accusations from opposition parties saying you're using your media expertise to push your party. So to avoid that, we've had to make some compromises.
Oh, damn.
So like, how did you, like, I've known you, like, we have history with Cerise. I've known her for many, many years.
Yeah.
So, like, what made you actually get into politics? What was that thing? Because I never saw that, you know?
So in 2013, more or less, I was sitting with a friend of mine and I said to him, this country is a mess. We need to start a new political party. That was 2013.
Yeah.
And then I always had an interest in what was happening politically, but I was never the biggest political fanatic. And then at some point, Keke, you guys know who Keke is.
We don't know that guy. We don't know you, bro. I'm playing.
Get us into trouble.
Yeah. So Keke and I were speaking one day, and I said to him, this town's a mess. Like when I drive, I see the parks and I see the roads, and I envision what it could be and what it used to be, but the mess that it's in right now. And then him and I sat and we were like, and I said to him, I've always wanted to start a political party, and he's like, let's do this. And he really got the ball rolling. And that's how we started. We just realized that we would need to compete in the political arena to change anything.
Yeah.
Because not a media house and not an NPO is ever going to change. You can't challenge the ruling party with that kind of thing, with an MPO or anything else.
Anything,
really.
yeah.
So you need to, if you want to change things, you need to get to a point where you can govern and bring the change. So that's really. It wasn't because I aspired to be a politician all my life at all, but it was something I had to do because we have got to change this place.
Yeah, nobody else.
Definitely.
Yeah, someone had to just get up and do it.
Yeah, thank you for doing that, by the way. And then what have been the challenges from starting your political party and until now? What have been some of the challenges you faced?
Jeez.
I can only imagine.
Well, obviously there's the opposition, but that's normal in politics.
Yeah.
I think it's difficult for people to embrace and to accept change. People are always very skeptical, especially of a new, small, local thing.
Yeah.
I feel like people don't give it enough of a chance sometimes because it's new. You haven't been around for however many, 40 years. We don't know you. We haven't seen you on our TV. We haven't seen you on ads. So that is it's a massive challenge. And of course, finances, because we don't have a head office to call and say, hey, we need marketing. We have 2 voting stations, set up gazebos for us. We need flags. All of that has just come from our pockets and from little donations locally. So it's a massive challenge.
Sure.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
And then there's the campaigning and everything else.
Which
Those are
also
separate,
separate challenges on their
Yes.
own.
Yeah.
And then what kind of support have you gotten so far from the local people, actually?
The support we've gotten has been incredible. We did something that no party's ever done in Merifong before. We won 2 seats in council, and that's because of our voters.
Oh,
wow.
It was really no doing of our own. So the support it's amazing. We have 2 councillors representing MAC and the people of Merifong in council because of our voters.
Nice.
So the support has been incredible. And you do get, we have certain businesses who support us, not publicly so because it's bad for business, because they would lose other customers who belong to other parties. But the support is there. It's not where we would like it to be, but it is there. And I believe it will grow and it'll get better.
Oh, lovely. For sure it will, because at least now you're on another platform,
Yeah.
You're in the media space again,
Yes.
So that'll definitely help.
Yeah.
Now you're a woman in politics, also a white woman in politics. Tell me about your challenges also, and what does that represent for you?
So something I've realized is, I'm not going to speak to the white part of it at first. Something I've realized is that women in general, for some or other reason, are scared to get involved in politics. And it's a tragedy because women are so powerful, and especially as a collective, when you have women together, you can achieve so much. So we've established our WOMAC structure, which is for women only, and it's actually doing really, really well. But it took a while. It took us a while to get to a point where women were ready and interested. We really had to hammer and hammer. And say, I have been from the beginning. MAC is almost 3 years old. I've been the only woman in our executive. We had 2 other women who resigned at some point. I've been the only constant woman there from the beginning. So it's difficult. It's very difficult.
So you mentioned WOMAC.
Yes, WOMAC. So it's women within MAC. So Merifong Agents of Change. It's called WOMAC. Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that, please?
So it's obviously, like I say, it's our women's structure. And what they do is, besides focusing on politics, obviously we're a political party, so what we do is political. But we also, they're quite amazing. Our WOMAC ladies are amazing. So what we do is we get food donations. We actually, they visited a home where there was a child getting abused by one of her teachers at school. So then myself and our president went to the school, saw the principal and said, this ends now. And it's those kind of things. Because they move around and are in touch with families and that kind of thing, people are exposed to help that they need.
That's
So
nice.
we do that kind of thing. We have a clothing bank for people who need clothing.
Oh wow.
And those are all functions of WOMAC. is to collect the clothing, collect the food, get donations.
Oh,
and that
that's
kind of thing.
lovely.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
So now I'm like,
So you should join.
Right?
Yes, we have a new
Yeah,
member.
sure.
plus
There
I'm
we
here.
go.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus I'm here, Womandala.
Oh,
Trust, I'm there. Okay, so you are, let's go to the part of being a wife, right? You are in a multiracial relationship, right? So walk us through the difficulty, any challenges in being in such a setup?
Yeah,
And
I
how
think
people perceived
Yeah.
it also,
I think we're over the challenging part now. Like
Yeah.
we've made our peace. We know
Yeah.
how to navigate through this life. But it was very, very, very the most difficult thing in my life,
Yeah.
especially living in Carletonville.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna call it what it is. White people don't embrace that. The majority of them don't.
Yeah.
So, and I'm talking about friends, family,
Yeah.
like close to home, But yeah, now we're fine. But we've dealt with the name callings.
Yeah.
We've dealt with it's been tough. It's been really, really tough. But like I say, we're good
You're
now.
over it now. It's
Yeah,
like-
now we just like everyone's like,
noise.
well, it doesn't matter what we say. They're gonna stay.
So people talk either way,
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're over the difficulties now, but it has been tough.
It was a
can't lie.
challenge
Yes,
of
it's been
knowledge.
very challenging.
I'm glad that bit is over.
Yes,
So
definitely.
with your children, how do you instill, principles of diversity and help them deal with racism, because now they're biracial children?
Yeah.
How do you walk them through that?
So my son is just 3. He doesn't even know what color he is.
You're still figuring
My-
life out,
Yeah. My daughter only found out the other day that she's a colored child. I had to brief her because of an incident at school and say, you are colored, you are not white or black and whatever. But
You're
before
mixed
that,
race, you're
yeah,
mixed race.
Yeah. So, but children don't even see color.
Yeah.
They just see people. So she initially called herself Caramel. She still sometimes refers to herself as a
That is
caramel
very
child
cute.
because she is. Her skin is caramel. But man, like I just teach them that I don't teach them color. We talk about it, and my daughter will say to me sometimes, "Mommy, why are all your friends black?" She sees it.
Yeah.
But it's not an issue. She
Yeah.
just wonders why. Like, why aren't there more people who look like you
Yeah.
that visit?
I'm
kind of
actually
thing.
curious also why.
I don't
Tell
know,
us,
man.
let us
like,
know.
It's just like that.
It's just-
It's just like that.
It's the vibe.
Yeah.
It's the vibe.
I do have white friends. I do have amazing white friends, but
Yeah.
not many of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because of the multiracial thing
Yeah.
and the acceptance. So a
Yeah.
lot of them did not accept it and wrote me off,
Okay.
which is okay now.
You know.
Yeah.
Then you know who your
black
people are.
yes, black
Yeah.
people embrace it very much
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
So my kids don't know much about color. They just, daddy's. I don't even think they realize dad's black, mom's white. I don't think they've ever.
It's just mommy
It's
and
never
daddy.
hit up. Yeah.
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 That's lovely.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. So COVID-19 happened, and it put a spanner in a whole lot of people's life in the world, right? How did COVID-19, what did it reveal to you actually about local governance, especially in Marathon?
Jeez. I really wish I could answer and say that COVID gave people time to think, but I don't think it did. And I need to be so careful with what I say right now.
Feel free, okay? Feel free. We out here for this.
Look, I think not only locally, nationally as well. I think politicians had a field day with COVID. There were mega funds available. I can't make any accusations. I don't have any proof.
Yeah.
But that's the way I see it. I don't think enough was done. I literally, myself and a friend of mine, Owen, through the Marathon Observer platform, we partnered with Star Hyper, and we fed people because the owner of Star was so amazing. He just gave us food vouchers and said to me, Cerise, buy, like for whoever needs food, buy. And you would find these people who were promised food parcels and it never happened.
Yeah, I've heard those stories.
And that's
also,
a fact. I know that. I mean, that I can just, I've got the proof of it. I can show you pictures of where we went to their houses to give them food parcels and stuff because people were starving.
Yeah.
So where were the grants that everyone was receiving?
man.
Where were these rescue funds? And we didn't see those. So politically, look, I can't say what it did for political parties. Everyone just carried on flourishing as they do, or not flourishing as they do.
Yeah.
But it took a toll on people, and I don't think politicians did enough.
If you sorry. in hypothetically, if you were in can I say better financial position as Mac, what would you have done differently during that
Definitely the food thing.
Yeah.
Because it was honestly a massive problem. We would go into people's houses and they would show me their cupboard, like there was nothing. They didn't have even things like soap, washing powder to wash their clothes with, because these people, and I'm talking about like gardeners, domestic workers, were not able to work at some point. They were not able to get on a taxi to go to work. And I mean, the little pittance that they earn was taken away. So there was literally, and then you still had the 350s that were problematic at some point. So they weren't even getting that. And that's definitely what I would have focused on, is the food aspect of it.
Everything.
Okay. And in the same breath, how do you feel? Okay, what is the biggest problems that you feel that are on the local governance? Is like, what is the biggest problems that you've seen in general?
The problems with all governance, I think, is just if I can't benefit, then not really interested. If it can't benefit me personally, I am not interested. It's the most self-centered thing you'll ever see. It's either there must be something in it for me, or I'm not really going to put my all into it. It's not about people anymore. It's not about helping people anymore. And it is, yes, it's extremely sad. It really, really is.
So now by-elections are coming up.
Yes.
What is MAC strategy? What is your plan for Ward 16? Like what?
MAC is putting me there.
Yay!
Yeah, MAC's putting me there.
Okay.
So
That's
I'll be
lovely.
standing as the councillor candidate for MAC.
Okay.
If I win the ward, I will be their ward councillor and go to council. We have obviously got programs in place. So this week, Wednesday, we have a community meeting and that kind of thing. We have registration drives. We will be doing door-to-doors where possible. Otherwise, just like, handing out pamphlets and that kind of thing. We have some projects. I don't want to speak about them now because tomorrow every other political party will be doing them.
They will be stealing your ideas.
Yes, I prefer not to mention them now. But we do. And people will obviously see us. We'll be very visible in the ward.
I see you as mayor very soon. I see it.
Thank you.
You know,
I receive.
we put it out there in the air. Mayor Cerise.
Yes, Cerise for mayor. Definitely. I think I'd definitely vote.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Vote. So what do you need from the what's the word? Schowa. What's the word?
The English just
The English just went
load shedding.
London. London. So what would benefit you? How can we assist?
How can we help you?
With the Ward 16
With the
campaign.
Ward 16 campaign.
Well, we need to conscientize people. A very big problem is the fact that people don't vote. And we get why they don't vote, especially young people. We get why they don't vote. They don't vote because they've lost hope. They've lost hope in government, in political parties. We need them to understand the power of their vote. Literally by voting, they get to decide who they put in power of their ward, and things can change. Yes, certain people still control electricity and water, but if you have an active ward councillor, there's so much. We have got the youth centre in our ward that should be working. If you have a ward councillor who pushes hard enough, that should be a place with programs for young people. So it's just to conscientize people and tell them. Some people don't even know that they don't have a councillor right now. You meet people who don't know that their councillor has gone away. You have people who don't know the date. So the date of the by-election is the 5th of April. People need to know that. And they need to come and speak to us and hear what we're about. We are local, so it's gotten to a point where I don't even feel like saying, please, you must. You live here. We are local. Let's support each other.
You mentioned the youth centre.
Yes.
Now I just automatically went, ooh,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I've also been very curious
Yeah.
about stuff like that, especially for the youth.
Yeah, because we find that there's no activities
Yeah.
in Merefong for the youth. There's absolutely nothing.
Yes,
It's
while we
just-
have a youth office.
Well, you know what I mean?
Mm.
So, what are your plans then? Should you?
So you have got to be in power of council.
Mm-hmm.
So you would need a majority to really implement things.
Mm-hmm.
Although we do have a voice with our 2 councillors, and any other councillor should, for example, become a councillor. There are things we can raise, there are recommendations we can make, and that kind of thing. Should we have the opportunity to get the youth centre up and running, there is so much you can do. There's so much talent in Merefong, and you would need to find people, like, get coaches.
Yeah.
Get these kids playing tennis.
Yeah.
Harmony has just put up a massive dome
Yeah.
at the youth centre. I don't think Scrabble and all of that necessarily, but it's something to do. It's something to keep kids off the
Entertained,
streets,
yeah.
out of bars, and doing something constructive with their time. But it's standing there and the grass is this high and it's locked up, so it doesn't really serve a purpose right now.
I was gonna say, like, it looks like it's complete, right?
Yeah,
So
it is. Yeah.
why hasn't anything been operating? That's a good question.
I will actually be doing a visit to the dome. I've organised with Harmony. We just have to
nice.
set a date. So I'll be doing a visit to the dome just to see what it's about, and then I'll have a clearer understanding of why it isn't open and when this will happen.
Please
I
let us
don't want
know.
it to be used as a campaigning tool at some point.
Yeah.
It needs to open now so our youth can use it.
Yeah.
Yes, we definitely need that. We
Yeah.
need these kids out there
Yeah.
being active and being kids.
That's it.
Because it's like there's a lot of
Yeah.
kids being adults and it's just scary to watch.
It is.
It's extremely scary to watch.
Because we're all parents here, so we're already thinking like, okay, what is there for them to do when they get older?
We
you know?
have to.
Yeah.
We have to
Like,
think about that.
'Cause you have
it's
to
very
drive out.
concerning, Yeah.
Yes.
For activities, you're constantly driving out.
So
There's
unhealthy.
so unhealthy. There's nothing here. Restaurants, like,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
But we trust that everything
You know,
shall
like
be sorted.
someone in our comment section last week said, Carletonville stand up. So hey guys,
Yeah.
stand up. You know,
Yeah.
gotta do the things. You know?
Yeah.
We came from here,
definitely.
so we need to build it. You know.
Yes.
We definitely need to build it. So, Merefong Agents of Change, right? Your beautiful political party. What are some of the internal challenges,
Struggles.
and how do you guys sort that out? Because we know running any business,
Yeah.
you know, is very difficult, especially different people, different personalities. How do you guys resolve your internal?
So
conflict?
we do have an executive committee, obviously, which is the president, myself, an SG, a deputy SG, and a treasurer. Obviously, there are clashes, and there will always be clashes because, like you say, people are individual; they have different ideas.
Yeah.
But we meet once a week, and we try to iron out things. I don't think you'll ever be issueless.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really don't. But we're not at a point where we're going to have factions within the party. First of all, we're not big enough to have factions yet. It might happen at some point. It's not something you can avoid.
Yeah.
But we really strive not to have that because once you have factions, you are focusing on factions and you're forgetting the people that you initially started it for.
Yeah.
So, we just have meetings and talk about things and that kind of thing.
And try to resolve
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
any
definitely.
words of wisdom for
Yes.
someone like me who might,
Might be getting
I
into
might,
politics.
might just get into politics.
What
Even the
advice?
youth out there that are looking into getting into politics.
Yeah, so my words of wisdom would really be for female youth more than anything else. Of course, males are welcome, but young men have a more keen interest in politics than the girls do. But it's honestly something so fulfilling. You at the end of every day you are exhausted, but you know that you've done something good
Yeah.
and you've done something for your kids.
Yeah.
Because and even if it's little, we need to start making small changes.
Yeah.
So just get on board, vote,
Do
register to
something.
vote. Voting is your voice, it's your power.
Yeah.
It's no use sitting there because your vote's just going to go to some party that
You
you're
don't
not
even know.
interested in.
Constantly
Yes.
complaining
And
about.
nothing's gonna change with what
Exactly.
you've been complaining about anyway.
Yeah.
So register to vote.
Yeah.
If you don't know how, contact me. I'll help you.
You know.
Yeah.
And yes, we will have her contact details for whenever you want to get a hold of her. So they will be here somewhere.
Yeah.
So, and then also let's not forget the journalism part, because that's also a big part of your life
Yes.
that you went through. So what advice would you also give when it comes to journalism?
Journalism it's the most fulfilling thing ever. I don't think, I can't say to study journalism would be a waste of time. I can't say that.
I did it for 2 years.
Yeah.
And, well.
It's not for everybody. So you really need to be sure.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be sure that this is what you want to do. It is extremely tough. It's I promise you, to be a journalist is tougher than to be a politician.
Really?
Yeah, because you deal with, I've just covered a story on a guy that killed someone. That guy's got family and friends.
Yeah.
They're not liking me right now.
Yeah.
So, and you'll always have that, especially when you do local stories.
Yeah.
Because Merifong's this big.
Yeah.
And you can't really, you can't expose someone today and then tomorrow you need to see a family member for something else because now they know you.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
Tricky.
It's very tough. And you also, you could do a good news story right now about a child who just achieved something great, and the next minute be called to a murder scene.
Oh man!
So you need to be able to adapt. You need to,
Yeah.
But it is extremely fulfilling. It is wonderful.
So have you ever received any threats?
Oh yes. I have. Yeah.
What's the worst? You
a death threat. Yeah.
I think that was me. Oh no, sorry.
No, that was
Leshomo!
I'm playing.
Whoa!
I'm playing.
How do you handle those type of situations where someone that you don't know, you're doing your job at the end of the day, someone that you don't know is telling you that when they find you?
Look, in the beginning, when I was a newbie, it was difficult, and like you would half not sleep, your family would be in a panic, and but eventually you just ignore. Yeah. Because it's not that easy to just kill someone. Yeah. Let's be honest. It's not.
You have to really
you really
Trust
have
me,
to
I've
plan. And planning, I think it's tiring as well, so. Yeah. But cyberbullying, I've had that bad. There was actually a guy who was dedicated to writing about me on Facebook.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. And also when I learned that I had a black husband, it became bad.
Yeah.
So, but that was because he knew me from the newspaper and that kind of thing. So, but you just have to not stoop to that level. You just need to carry on.
Yeah, with life. Because you're here for a certain purpose.
And that's it.
And that's it.
You need to just keep focused on that.
What's been one of the most fulfilling things in your journalism and political journey?
Look, every time you see the results of something or someone, I remember I wrote a story on, it was just actually like an information piece on workers who had gotten, what do they call it, silicosis or ptysis or whatever on the mines.
Yeah.
And I just covered the story. It was a harmony presentation. And then forgot about it. And I then went to the doctor one day, and the lady who was the receptionist said to me, "You have no idea. I had no money. My husband passed away from this. And I saw your article, contacted them, and they've actually paid out this money that was due to him. So I can carry on living."
Oh my God.
It's those kind of things, There's a man who needed new teeth. And through my publication, I linked him up with a dentist because he couldn't afford. And then never met him, but he messaged and he's like, "Cerise, I can smile. I can, So that kind of thing.
It's the little things.
Yeah, it's those little things. Because you really change lives, whether intentionally or not. You really do. And the same with politics as well. We deal with people who have sat and waited for an RDP house for 25 years. Link them up with the right people and find solutions. People who have sat, I'm not kidding you, a lady who sat with a blocked drain, sewage in her backyard for 25 years.
What?
We managed to eventually get someone there to clean it up for her. And for her, it was really a big deal. This woman and her husband have health issues, use asthma pump because of this.
Because of that,
So it's a massive deal that it's finally clean. So that kind of thing, just small little...
Those are small,
lovely.
big things.
Yes.
Yeah, those are
Small,
definitely
big victories.
Small, big victories. My gosh. So where can people get a hold of you on your...
On our Facebook page and on our WhatsApp number, which
Yes.
will appear here
We
somewhere.
will put the WhatsApp number for you guys,
Yeah.
And your Facebook... Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I was literally
It's
gonna,
me again.
I was going to ask her the same thing. What's your
Okay,
Facebook?
Facebook is Merifong Agents of Change.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Simple like that. And that is all we have for today.
Thank you for
You
having
know,
me.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
so much,
Cerise,
like-
for joining us. It's been wonderful. All the best with your political endeavors.
Thank you.
And Ward 16.
Yes.
Yes.
We are coming.
And
Yes,
then,
We are.
We are coming.
We are
Listen to
within.
me. We are within.
come on, do the right thing. You know, spread the word. We out here. We're going to build Carletonville, guys. Big ups.
One brick at a time.
One brick at a time. We're building. We're building all day,
Yes.
every day. So thank you from rubbing shoulders.
The
You
podcast
guys-
about everything under that.
You know. Peace, love, and happiness. Thank you again, Cerise. You're a rock star.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Mwah.